Hey guys, Jeff Discher, real estate broker of the Discher Group at Douglas Elliman. And today I want to cover a real estate investment term, or again, an acronym, if you will, that you should know if you want to get into the real estate investment space. You've probably seen it. You may have not seen it. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the acronym BRRRR. What does BRRRR stand for? It stands for buy, remodel, rent out, refinance, repeat. That is what it stands for. Again, BRRRR. So let's jump into the first one. The first one is buy. So you go out and you buy a piece of real estate. You buy a condo or a house, preferably a single family home, and you want it to be in a distressed position. So you want to be undervalued, meaning that it needs work. Maybe it's a probate, maybe it's a distress sale, maybe it's a hoarder, maybe it's a wholesale deal, but you want to try to find a property that you could buy it and build some sort of equity in there. You also want it to be dated because typically the renters or the people that are there aren't paying as much as they would if it was remodeled, which is the next step. So once you find that property, you secure it, you lock it down at a good price, the lowest possible, you come in, you extract the tenant, or you get the tenant out of the house, if it is a tenant, or the seller, and you remodel the property. So again, when you buy these properties, you find these properties, you want the property to be able to add value. And that's, again, you find it, it's old, it's dated, it needs work. You put the work into the property, you increase the value. You buy it at 500, you put in 50, now it's worth, say, 650. And you have that equity, right? You want to be able to build that equity in. The next part of it is you rent it out. So now it's all remodeled, the house looks beautiful, you put it on the market, you rent it out. Now that it's rented out, you can take that property and you can refinance. That's the next part of it. So it's rented out, it's remodeled, you refinance. The appraiser will come in and say, wow, it's worth this much money, which is gonna be way more than when you bought it. And you have money in the game, you have skin in the game, you have some money on that down payment, or you bought all cash. The next part of it, which is the important part, is to refinance. So once you have bought the property, remodeled it, put a good tenant in there, and established that, now you're going to call the bank and say, hey, now I have a property, I only owe $400 on it, it's worth $650 or $700. I want to refi and pull out that 80% equity. So you can pull up to whatever that loan amount is. It could be 80, 90% of the value of that home. Now you have that gap, so that's why you pull out, you refinance, you pull a lot of your money back out. And then the last R is going to be repeat. You take that money, now you have a house that's rented out with a nice tenant in there, remodeled, and you've pulled your money back out of that investment. Now you have a lot of your money back, sometimes even more than you started with, because you've increased the value and you can pull up to a certain percentage. And sometimes that number is what you put in plus some additional cost or some additional numbers. You pull that money out, you go repeat the process. The last R is repeat. Go find another house with that money, do the same thing. Before you know it, you have a portfolio of properties and you're building cash flow and appreciation at the same time. It is hard to do that in San Diego because we have some crazy prices here. Rates are crazy, but we also have some high rental rates. So if you could find the right property, it will work. I see a lot of people do this in other states, other cities. It does work in other cities and states a lot better than it does here, but if you can find it, it is a great program to utilize. If you guys have any more questions, let me know. Jeff Discher, real estate broker with the Discher Group. Find me at I Sell Real Estate on Instagram. Facebook is Jeff Discher, or my YouTube, Jeff Discher. Till then, see you guys next time.